share this story with you. If you have ever had difficulty in decision making and sometimes you sit on your problems too long before a decision can be made, I just wanted to tell you a little story. This is just a story that is shared by Michael Yapko, who is from San Diego, California. And he shares that a friend of his recently went through an experience that was really telling. I hope you can see what the problem is by the time I tell this story. So his friend had wanted to get a new job, one that paid more and afforded him great prestige. So he applied for this particular job, and it involved moving to another city. But he wanted it very, very badly. But he was a little uncertain about moving to make things happen. So when he was offered the job, he asked them if he could take a week to think about the offer. And they politely agreed that he could take a week to decide. A week of going back and forth in his feelings went by. And when they called him a week later, he asked if he could have 3 more days in order to make his decision. And so they agreed, and then they called him 3 days later. And then he asked if he could have maybe just another day to make his final decision. And they politely agreed that he could have another day to decide. And when they called him the next morning to ask him for his answer, he asked if he could tell them later that day. And they impolitely told him that they gave the job to somebody else, apparently someone who was more enthusiastic for the opportunity. Now, after this was said and done, he was quite upset because he really wanted that job. But he made himself afraid. He was thinking of too many things to do all at once. And instead of knowing that he could move and work and live one day at a time, so instead he lost his opportunity. So the moral of the story is there comes a time to take action before the chance slips away altogether. So if you have a decision that you need to make in your life, time really is of the essence. Sit down with a piece of paper, write down all the pros and cons that your decision will face you with, and analyze them individually on how that is going to affect your life and any obstacles, how you will overcome them. By doing this, you will be able to come to your decision in a manner that you can live with. Whether you decide for or against your decision, you will at least have been able to tell yourself that you put enough thought into this without spending weeks doing it. So I hope that helps you on making decisions in the future.